Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be counting 10 more highly requested fan DLC guest characters for Mortal Kombat 1's Kombat Pack. Now, I already did a very similar video to this that you can click down below in the description, and if you haven't seen my MK1 roster wishlist video, go check that out as well. I will not be referencing any of the characters in those two videos, as I want to give you guys more representation of what the community truly wants for Mortal Kombat 1's next Kombat Pack. But before we get into this video, I want to know down below in the comments your guys' picks for Mortal Kombat 1. Who do you guys want to see in Mortal Kombat 1's next DLC? However, this time it's going to be different. I don't want guest characters, and I don't want Mortal Kombat characters. I want to hear your guys' original character ideas from the Mortal Kombat 1 universe. Do you guys want a new Shaolin monk, a new ninja, a new warrior, a new elder god? I want to hear your guys' original fan-made characters down below in the comments, because I'm working on a video that will highlight some of these characters for fresh new takes and, you know, just building a bigger Mortal Kombat universe that we would all love to see. I want to thank you guys so much for all of the support on the channel as well. But without further ado, let's get into the video. The first character that I see all over my YouTube comments is Neo from The Matrix. Neo is a character that everyone has been asking for years for Mortal Kombat, and both NetherRealm and The Matrix are owned by Warner Bros. Studios, so the chance of Neo being in a game is bigger than most. And I think that this character would have probably fit a little bit better into the MK11 roster. However, I do think that there is a chance that he could be in Mortal Kombat 1. I do think that he would fit a little bit better into Injustice, but I could see why a lot of people want Neo in Mortal Kombat, considering his fighting skills and some of the brutality of the Matrix movies. I mean, they can be graphic in certain aspects. I wouldn't say nearly as much as Mortal Kombat, however. So I think that this is a character that has potential, especially in the combat. He could slow down time a little bit like the Flash and Injustice. I think that would be a cool move as well. So I think, you know, with the combat and everything, it would be really, really cool to have Neo in the Matrix. I would love to see him in Injustice more, but, you know, the community definitely wants Neo in Mortal Kombat. Another character that I see all over the place is Alex Mercer from Prototype. Prototype is one of those games that I deeply remember playing on my PlayStation when I was younger. It was so much fun. It was like playing a mixture of Generator Rex and Venom from Marvel. It was a beautiful game at the time. I mean, it definitely needs a graphical update nowadays, but it was so cool to see this guy with a blade arm with all these like strands of goo and crap coming out of his arm, and these claws that he could use, and all these different powers that he could transform into. It was really fun to play, and I think that moving that moveset over to Mortal Kombat would be really, really cool. And this is a character who's not afraid to kill or get you know, graphic. So, you know, I think that this character definitely fits in the Mortal Kombat universe. Whether or not this is the right time for that character is, you know, questionable. There hasn't been a Prototype game in years, so it probably wouldn't make sense from a business standpoint, but I would love to see this character in the Mortal Kombat universe at some point. They could definitely do a premiere skin or a gear set that helps you also look like James Heller from Prototype. I think that there's plenty of opportunity to add this character into Mortal Kombat. It's just I wish that this was at a different point in time. Next up, we have a character that would be perfect for Mortal Kombat 1's next Kombat Pack. It would fit right into the theme, and that is Deadpool from the Marvel Universe. Obviously, Disney is the biggest halt to this conversation, and that's because Mortal Kombat doesn't really fit into their business model, but Warner Bros. And Disney need to realize they would make a shitload of money by putting Deadpool in Mortal Kombat. His moves would rock. He could use katanas, guns, trip mines. He could throw a stuffed unicorn at you. He has so many versatile moves in other games that could translate into Mortal Kombat. And you also got to think of his moves from a fourth wall breaking perspective. Imagine if he jumped up and grabbed the health bar and started beating you with it and stuff like that. You know, he has the opportunity to do fourth wall breaking moves like that, and the way that he handles every situation and every intro dialogue could be very different than any character we've ever seen. The closest that we could probably get is Johnny Cage, and I would love to see Johnny Cage and Deadpool going at it in the intro dialogues. That would be so funny. Asshole versus douchebag, who wins? That type of stuff. It'd just be fantastic. we've seen how brutal Deadpool can be in the comic books, and I think that can easily translate into Mortal Kombat. His fatalities would be off the walls, but also brutal. There's a lot of opportunity there, and I would love to see Deadpool in Mortal Kombat. He fits the dark comic book combat pack kind of vibe that they're going for. They're trying to do a lot of comic book characters this time, and he fits in that, and it would just be perfect. It would really be cool to see Deadpool in Mortal Kombat. Another Marvel character that would be perfect for Mortal Kombat is Carnage. Carnage is such a cool character and also has a lot of variety of weaponry that he can use and that he can create with his body. He can make axes and spears and shoot them at the different opponents, and he can make these all with the symbiote, and it'd be really cool to see Carnage in Mortal Kombat. He'd move around so cool, and there's so much opportunity for different mix-ups. The combos that I'm imagining in my head with Carnage are just wild. He would be so unpredictable as a character if they wanted to build him that way. I think that there's a lot of opportunity. He can do long range, he can do close-up. His fatalities would be brutal. Imagine a fatality where Carnage moves the symbiote onto the opponent and then just destroys them from the inside, kind of like that Spawn fatality in Mortal Kombat 11, and just opens up, and then it's just like bloody corpse, and there's bones everywhere and guts and shit just all over the place. That would be really cool, and Carnage is a character that could do that. They could also do premiere skins for Carnage that would make you look like Venom, Anti-Venom, Mayhem, Toxic, all of those characters. There's a lot of opportunity there, and again, if Disney and Marvel just talk to Warner Bros. Studios, I'm sure that there is a deal that can be made. There's a dollar sign somewhere. Another character that I see all over the place is the Creeper from Jeepers Creepers. Personally, I don't enjoy those movies that much. I do like horror movies, but that's just one that doesn't affect me very much. I don't think the character is really that fleshed out. I don't think it's that cool, but I mean, it's something that I see all over my YouTube comments and TikTok and Twitter, so there's obviously a want for it, but I don't think it warrants a spot compared to some of these other characters. And again, this character is one of those, horror movie characters, and that's not something that they're trying to do in Mortal Kombat 1 clearly, even though I would love to see Mortal Kombat 1 add at least one horror character in Mortal Kombat's combat pack. A horror character that I would love to see in Mortal Kombat, and that has been highly requested in my comments, is Art the Clown. Don't get me wrong, guys, I still fucking hate clowns. They're unnecessarily scary, and they should just leave the face of the planet. However, Art the Clown is one of those cases that he has made such a name for himself. I think he deserves to be in Mortal Kombat. I mean, his basic moveset would probably be very simplified, but it's clear that people would want to see the fatalities from this guy. If you have seen the Terrifier movies, you know what this guy can do with a saw. You guys know what this guy can do with a container of salt and bleach. And if you don't, I think you can get the idea. This guy's fatalities would kick ass. They would be super gruesome. If you haven't seen the movies and you like the gore aspect of Mortal Kombat, you're gonna love Terrifier. And it's just one of those characters that I think is very versatile when it comes to fatalities. And I think his fatalities would be his highlight of his character. A few characters on this list are going to be horror characters, and I mean, it's very clear that horror and Mortal Kombat just go hand in hand. They're just a match made in heaven. And one of the most requested characters I see all the time is Candyman, and I think Candyman would be so cool in Mortal Kombat. I think he would have fit really well into Mortal Kombat X. His moveset with his hook would be really cool, and shooting bees out of his mouth or his chest would be awesome. His fatalities could be so brutal. I mean, it would be awesome to see Candyman, and they could even do a premiere skin with the newer actor from the new 2021 movie. I think that there's plenty of opportunity there to use the bees to his advantage. There's a lot of opportunity for his moveset to be very cool. As for fatalities, there are so many options that they could do. I would love to see, what they could truly do with Candyman when it's not limited to a movie release, and just how brutal can this character actually get. One character that missed his opportunity in Mortal Kombat X is clearly Michael Myers from the Halloween series. He's one of the most iconic horror movie characters in all of cinema. He's been referenced countless times in many different properties, and it would have been so cool to see him in Mortal Kombat X. And I don't think that Mortal Kombat 1 is really going for a horror vibe, but I do think that there should be at least one horror character in Mortal Kombat, and I would love to see Michael Myers. I love the new trilogy movies. I saw the 2018 one in theaters like 8 times because it was just so awesome to see this character again, especially after the crap Rob Zombie was putting out, and it was just so much fun to see this character again. And I think his moves could be really cool. He's used plenty of weapons, obviously his kitchen knives, wrenches, he's used hammers, he's used his bare hands to kill people. His fatalities could be references to some of his movies, but I think doing the classic stab and head tilt would be a cool aspect to add to a fatality. I mean, clearly that's not the level of fatality that we're going to see in Mortal Kombat 1, so they'd have to add some flair to it. But regardless, he is a character that I would love to see in Mortal Kombat. Our next 2 characters are characters that I personally would love to see, but have also been highly requested on the channel. First off being The Mask, especially his comic version, specifically his comic version you guys asked for. And I think that this is a great character to be added, especially with the theme of the combat pack that they're doing. They're trying to do darker comic book characters, and I think that the comic version of The Mask could be really, really cool. I mean, this is a character who can literally whip out a million guns out of nowhere, and we've seen that before. This is a character who has the potential to be very brutal, and I think that there's so much fun that they could do. They could take a lot of aspects that I was saying from Deadpool's character and kind of add it to The Mask, and just have fun with the character. Have, fun with all of these versatile abilities that he has. I mean, he's literally a walking cartoon, and this is one of those characters that they could really just be fun with. They could have one of his moves be like that little tornado spin thing that the Tasmanian Devil does, or they could whip out some guns, or they could, have him put a bomb next to you and blow that up, or they could break the fourth wall if they wanted to. There's so much opportunity for movesets and mix-ups and just a lot of fun animation on screen as well, and just seeing all of these cool animations that this character can do. There's just so much fun that they could have with this character, and I think Mortal Kombat needs more fun characters. They have a lot of, characters that are very simple, straightforward, but The Mask is not one of those characters. He would bring a lot of life to a DLC pack if they added him. I saved this last character till the end because it is a character that I personally would love to see in Mortal Kombat and that I have seen requested on the channel as well, and that is Pyramid Head from the Silent Hill series. Now, I have seen tons of horror game recommendations all over the internet, and most of those coming from Resident Evil characters such as Nemesis. I've seen some people say Lady D, and I think Lady D would freaking break the internet because the internet's full of a bunch of simps. I mean, she broke the internet when Resident Evil 8 was coming out, so imagine if she was announced as a DLC character. But there's been rumors that a Silent Hill game is in the works, and if that's true, I think that this is a perfect opportunity for cross-promotion as well. But to be fair, Pyramid Head is a cool-ass looking character, and I am a huge fan of characters that are designed very well, and I think Pyramid Head is mysterious and brutal, and it's very clear in his design that he is this monstrous beast of a man who carries this, like, almost 10-foot sword that is just huge, and I think that the opportunity for this character in Mortal Kombat should not be ignored. I mean, we have not had a character like this mostly since like Kotal Khan, but even Kotal Khan would not carry a sword that big, and I think that there's a lot of opportunity for a slower, heavier character that deals more damage. I mean, a lot of characters in Mortal Kombat are fast, and Mortal Kombat X had some of the fastest movement that we've ever seen. And with Mortal Kombat 1, I think there's a lot of medium-paced characters, and it'd be nice to have a character that plays towards players who like slower characters that deal more damage. And I think that Pyramid Head is a good character for that, not just because he looks cool, but there's also opportunity gameplay wise. And I think a cool cameo fighter that could come with Pyramid Head is obviously one of the Silent Hill nurses. That would be a really cool, iconic character from a horror video game that could also be in an awesome other gruesome game, and that's Mortal Kombat. I think that this is a match made in heaven. I think that it'd be awesome if Mortal Kombat got more horror video game characters into their DLC roster, but that is just my opinions on the character. I think that Pyramid Head would be a perfect fit for Mortal Kombat. However, with all of that being said, I just want to give a massive thank you guys for watching the video all the way to the end. Like I said, leave your guys' thoughts down below in the comments, and I want to know your guys' fan-made characters down below in the comments for a video I will be doing very soon. I want to know their bio, I want to know their moveset, what their finishers would be. I want to know what your guys' fan-made original characters for the Mortal Kombat universe would be, whether it's a ninja, a new Surian race, a new Elder God, stuff like that. I want to know your guys' top fan-made characters that you would love to see in Mortal Kombat. Let me know down below. If you guys want to help me reach this massive goal of 5,000 subscribers, you guys can check out the channel. If you like what you see, subscribe. I would really appreciate it. 5,000 subscribers is a massive number, but I have faith in this community to get us to that goal. But other than that, I don't have anything else. Have fun, be respectful, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.